Hello, my wonderful people. You're welcome back. This is your girl Boyos Network. Thank you all for tuning in to listen. I do really appreciate. Guys. Now sit tight. Let's address this issue. What we want to talk about now, the fate of the pro-wike lawmaker. This is my professor for law, as in professor for law. Now he give the analysis. Come out. Talk say this now. Waiting be the fate of the pro-wike lawmakers, because so many talk don dey waka. Some say Supreme Court na im get the final judgment, so they believe say Supreme Court na im go really determine their fate. But sorry to burst their bubbles, because whatever decision the Supreme Court must make, they must still make reference to that section of the 1999 Constitution, section 109, subsection 1. So that is to say, by the reason of that part of Constitution, their fate has been sealed. The only thing now left is for INEC, as in for INEC to conduct a by-election, which the PDP acting national chairman Umar Damago don already give instruction to INEC. We on our own part, PDP as a party, we don already declare say the seat dey vacant, so INEC should do the needful. Before we continue, I want to say, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel so that you can get more updates on this and more. And also please like and share our videos so that YouTube can recommend it to others. In a recent video shared by Symphony TV, a constitutional law expert, as in a constitutional law expert, no be just anybody, constitutional law expert, Professor Amaewhule, has stated that the fate of Martins Amaewhule and other lawmakers loyal to the former Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike is sealed by the provision of Section 109 of Nigerian Constitution. Okay, so according to him, the legal consequences of their recent political moves are inescapable. Guys, read it. He said inescapable. So Professor Mosu dissected the constitutional crisis rocking Rivers State House of Assembly. He emphasized that Section 109, subsection 1 of 1999 Constitution as amended, clearly spell out the fate of lawmakers who defected from the political party under which they were elected. The Constitution is clear and unambiguous. Section 109, subsection 1 provides that a lawmaker shall vacate his seat if he defects to another political party without a division in his original party. And as at when these guys defected, we can remember that there was no credible evidence of a division within the PDP, which these lawmakers claimed to rely on. This means they have effectively lost their seats. This professor, they explained so. And as we all know how this political crisis started in Rivers State, where we say this set of Martins and people, they decide say Wike na be the Lord and the personal savior. Now make all of them come they follow Wike, they fight against Fubara. So guys, what I will do is that let me just drop the full video for you guys to watch. I think it's better that way instead of reading it for you people. Since I have the video, let me drop the full video for you guys to watch. Make you now listen to this professor, how he explained everything. So by right, if now we're Nigeria, they work the way it should be, the rule of law is being respected, these lawmakers, I can't see the reason why they will be going to court, knowing fully well there is a section of the Constitution that is against their action. So I'm going to drop the video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share our videos. Bye, and see you in my next video.
Honestly, I have, as a person, been shocked in a number of ways about how things have gone in Rivers State as an example of activities in Nigeria. There are things that the law forbids, but in the last 1 year or thereabout, we have seen those things which the law forbids discussed in public space as things that must be. I have had things like agreement, disagreement, and so whether the Constitution likes it or not, we stand on agreement. You don't have a sovereign state until a Constitution constitutes you into a sovereign state. You may be a nation, just like we have nationalities. unless you are sovereign, you remain nationalities. It is that first constitution you make that, the word constitution has two meanings. It represents something we know, a book. But most importantly, it's also a verb. It's a creative force that creates you, converts you from a non-sovereign entity into a sovereign entity. So it stands as judge against all public officers and individuals in that society. So the government is called democracy because the assembly provides for us opportunity to really govern ourselves. Now, our experience in the last 1 year has thrown up a whole lot of confusing things. And perhaps it's good for us because somehow we are getting to understand the constitution we have been keeping aside as a book. We are getting forced to understand it now. Participation in politics and in governance is your right. And so when you get elected to the House, you are given opportunity to exercise that right as an official of government. And when you are given that opportunity, you still have opportunity to even change camp if you want. And that's what you must understand the language of section 109 of the Constitution. It doesn't say we are free to. It condemns changing of political party by a legislator because parties own the seats in the assembly. And so if you leave your party, you have left your seat. And that's what section 109 says. It, however, creates exception because it can have some peculiar situations. It says where the party has crisis. The courts have helped us to say that crisis means your party is divided from up down and can no longer function as the party it was when it sponsored you. A good example will be the formation of new PDP, which had its own board of trustees, this on end of this year and the rest of them, from which people moved, a number of governors moved into a new party that later formed. So when a section of the party, a faction of the party joins a new party, that's okay. The Constitution says that's an exception. So if you have to have crisis, it should be crisis of that character. Besides that, you have some peculiar situations where you are a willing member of your party, but your party expels you. The Constitution permits you to remain because you did not take steps to leave your party. Your party removed you. So you can exercise your freedom of association by lapping onto another party or joining another party and you retain your seat. But our experience exposed three critical things. There have been three critical questions that have been raised. I know the Supreme Court will eventually decide. But as citizens, we are entitled to discuss and understand our law and our constitution. And so those critical questions are, what if the defectors are so many that the House can no longer reach the quorum? Can the House still go on? And I say the answer is yes. Section 102 of the Constitution says that the House shall sit notwithstanding any vacancy. The use of any by the Constitution means any number. It also means any quality of person. So whether Speaker vacates, Deputy Speaker vacates, or all officers vacate, the House, once convened, will continue to function. The only thing they can do is what the law requires that it should do by two-thirds majority, if the number left is not up to two-thirds. But the House can perform this full function until the House gets fully regulated. Then the issue of whether Speaker was present or Speaker was not present, the law says a member vacates his seat if he does this. So you vacate. You are no longer part of what has to happen. Subsection 2 says the remaining members will meet, take cognizance of that fact, and do what is needful, which is calling for by-election. On whether Speaker was represented by the Section 95 defines Speaker. Speaker is not a person, it's a role. It says when the House sits, it shall be presided over by the Speaker, or in his absence, the Deputy Speaker. In the absence of the two of them, subsection 2 of that section says such other person, such other member, as the members present elect to preside as Speaker for that. So that Speaker is important. So the Speaker who has left does not have to be present. These are the issues that in the last 1 year we have seen, and they have been defended strongly and discussed in public space. To my shame, because they have changed the constitution for this. So I do hope, as we move on, legislators will get to understand that their loyalty is to their constituency and to the state, and not to an individual. Of that sake will not be a defense of a